I was
gonna
out
be
in the Red
amazing.
River Gorge, and I found a way off trail, and I found this guy's shelter, and he had like throwing stars and everything in there.
Really?
You think he owns that land? Because
No.
Red River Gorge is made up of like
No.
public land and private land, correct?
Nope. This was
Oh, it's not?
no.
Well, let me ask you this, because this is a good segue into some stuff. You have secret places in the Red River Gorge. You have places you don't tell, and we're not going to ask you to reveal those or anything, but are we going to?
No.
Oh, no,
No, not
It's worth
a
try.
chance.
It's worth a try.
I wouldn't
But
expect it.
Here's the question I have for you. Do you prefer to go with groups of people and do the more established? They can still be unmarked, but more established trails, or do you prefer just to get out there, get lost, and then find these secret places?
If it's me and some of my Kentucky buddies that I've known for 20 plus years, we just want to go get lost and just go find stuff. But if I'm with people who hasn't been to the Red River Gorge, because sometimes you don't find anything.
Yeah.
You're just in a mess. It's just miserable. But you want to go show people the highlights. You want to see Gray's Arch. You want to see Hanson's Point. You want to see Indian Staircase. You want to see those highlights, and I enjoy that. It makes me so happy when I can show somebody Hanson's Point. It's a pretty easy hike to get in there. It's a pretty easy hike walking out there, and once you
And
get out
it's
there,
one of the most beautiful scenes
Yes.
in the United States, period. It's not just in the gorge, but I think it's one of the most beautiful sights you're going to see, period.
And I am, as I'm sure if anybody knows me, I'm a huge Red River Gorge fan. I
Yeah.
mean, I love it. Jeremiah's more Big South Fork, and I'm more
that's
Red
where I
River
grew up.
Gorge. That's more of his part. Mine's more Red River Gorge, but I really love it. Been going there since high school, and it's a fun place.
Now, you've told me before you have like at least one place where you actually have a shelter set up, and it's just kind of like your personal.
It's not really a shelter. It's just kind of like we put a few things there,
Yeah.
like a grill and put a bunch of firewood and stuff like that. So it's kind of a little spot that we keep there for it.
That's pretty cool.
Now, something I think is important to point out, because some things are lost in translation, I feel like, because I have no idea who is listening to this podcast or where they're listening from.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if they want me to know, they can shoot me a DM on Instagram, Jeremiah Stringer Hikes. You see that?
I see
Shameless
it.
plugs
Yeah.
happen
Good
in the
plug.
show all the time.
So,
He also has affiliate links, so make sure you check those out.
yeah, make me some money. So, I think some things get lost in translation, and we grow up in different places, and some people even comment on my channel, like, I like watching your channel because I like your accent. So when you say get lost, we don't literally mean like he's going to go out and get turned around. I mean, like, it's weird. The environment is so different in different places. Like, if you haven't seen all the people that went out west, like Dan and Bryce and Amy and all them, that environment's so different. And Jason and I kind of grew up in these rolling hills, the
Yes.
foothills of the Appalachian Mountains.
Definitely.
And you kind of get a feel. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost genetic. Like you grow up in the woods, and then you can kind of terrain navigate, I would call it.
Yes.
You kind of figure out, you can see the ridges, and you're like, oh, I need to follow this way. And I think that's partially from, parents like taking you out. Like my dad would take me out ginseng hunting sometimes. And so you just literally just go walk in the woods.
Which I got to be honest with you, I remember the first time you and I went backpacking, you're like, dude, we should go do some ginseng hunting. And I'm like,
yeah.
how do you hunt for a plant? Like you
That's
bring a
what I'm
gun
saying,
and like
man.
shoot the plant? Like I didn't understand it. And when you explained it to me, I was like, okay, I get it.
It's weird. It's like depending on where you grow up,
Yes.
your environment. Sometimes you get super familiar with the environment. It's just like in your blood.
Oh yeah, in Ohio, we had a lot of the hills, just a lot of hills.
Yeah.
Not anything like down here because I mean it's Ohio,
Right.
but I remember it was mushroom hunting.
Yeah.
Everybody hunted for
I've
mushrooms.
Seen that on TV.
Yeah, everybody mudded for mushrooms.
My bad.
They really
That too.
did. They mudded for mushrooms all the time. But no, they hunted for mushrooms, and I remember thinking that was the dumbest thing in the world too. And I grew up there.
There's money in it, man.
I guess,
Money.
man. I don't know. It's not my thing, but
It's not mine either.
but I love the fact just talking to you guys because I've hiked through most of the Big South Fork,
Yeah.
and I've hiked through some of it with you. I've gone through most of the Red River Gorge, but I never got a chance to do these unmarked things. I've always done the marked trails,
Yes.
and then I met you, and now I've gotten to do Hanson's Point. Now there's other places we're going to be going before too long,
Yes.
and checking out. And we've been talking about going up to Cave Run Lake
Yes.
and going up that area and do some hiking, which I've hiked up there with the Sheltoe Trace. And there's a lot. Kentucky is a really cool place to backpack.
I love it, man.
I mean, you've even got the Green River out by Mammoth
Yeah.
Caves.
You got Cumberland River.
Yeah, the Cumberland River.
There's a section I kayak on the Cumberland River. Absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
Absolutely so much fun. And then plus you got all the lakes, and then you got a lake near you called Dell Hollow.
Yeah.
That's my favorite lake in
Gorgeous.
ever. It's
And
so
some of the
clear.
most technical trails are Cumberland Falls. If you get down through there and hike some of the Sheltowee
Yes.
through the Cumberland Falls, that's some of the most technical hiking you're going to do. Me and the Flash, we hiked out there, and I think it took us 4 or 5 hours to go 5 miles.
Yeah, it's slow because
Yeah.
it's so rocky.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
a lot of
very
rocks.
technical,
Very rocky.
very
yeah.
technical. And you're doing a lot of climbing over rocks and different things like that. It also didn't hurt that we kept running into copperheads the whole way through.